magic man, tennis preacher, prophet, psychic, coming back at you again with another video. Okay, people, I'm still on this whole Serena greatness. How great would Serena be if she was a man? Or how does Serena's greatness compare against Federer's greatness? So, I just got a comment. And it was a very intelligent comment, and I totally agree with him. Even though I'm still doing this video, I still agree with him. Chief Hurricane, one of the commenters and subscribers, he said that this whole trying to compare a woman's greatness with a man's greatness, or comparing Serena's greatness to Federer's greatness to see who's greater between Serena and Federer is uncomparable. It's unmeasurable. Using his terms, he didn't say irrational, but I mean, I don't even know if irrational is the word, but you just can't compare it. It's not even so much irrational. It's that you just can't compare it because the woman, man, their body makeup is different, and everybody know why. Okay, men play the best of 5. I can go on and on. Men are stronger, bigger, faster. Okay, we already went through all of that. And that's not just in tennis. That's in all sports. So we know that. So, Chief Hurricane, thumbs up to you, bro. You are absolutely right. But you know me, Chief Hurricane, the magic man. Y'all, one thing y'all can't say about my channel, I don't come up with boring topics. So I'ma still, even with Chief Hurricane saying that is comparable or unmeasurable, or you can't measure it, whatever the term is, and I agree with that, I'm gonna still create, y'all know me, I like to create these little hypothetical scenarios or whatever. Let's say you were hired by the ATP awards department that give out all the awards for the year, and they paying you $200,000 a year, and your job is you are the one person that decides certain awards, and one award that you are chosen to decide on, you must be decisive about it. You must decide who is the greater player between Serena Williams and Roger Federer. Okay? I'm not going to even say what awards they got. We all know that whatever, they top greatness, both of them. So it's just, we know it's close or whatever, if you think it's close, but it's that, and they tell you, and you say, oh no, I'm like, Chief Hurricane say, this cannot be compared, it's unmeasurable. This is, Chief Hurricane also said something that's very correct, people, and I agree with this too. He said that the debate between who's greater between Federer and Serena, or between a man, any of the men, whether it's Sampras and Chris Everett, however you want to do it, it's harder than determining who is the greatest male tennis player of all time. Man, the debate, when you get finished with this women versus man debate, who's greatest, the greatest of all time debate between the men's look easy. When I get back over there, I'm going to say between Rod Laver and Federer, that's going to be an easy decision for me. Or Federer and the Dow, however y'all want to do it. But let's get back to the men, to this little scenario I'm talking about with who's greater between Federer and Serena. So you remember what I said, you are the head of the ATP awards department, and your job is to decide who deserves that award and to present that award. Who will you give it to? Who will you give it to? Okay, people, you know me. I'm not going to try to just throw the question on y'all. You all can comment. You got to make a decision. We don't want to hear. We know, like Chief Hurricane said, it's crazy to try to compare this. It's irrational. It's uncomparable. It's unmeasurable. Whatever. He's totally right about that. But you gonna get fired. You gonna lose your $200,000 job if you don't make this decision. Okay? So you need to let your gut or whatever. So when you see Serena walk by and when you see Federer walk by, you'll walk by both of them. Which one of them do you feel got the greater aura? The greater aura. Okay, people, you know what? I don't care if I get in trouble for saying this. I'm going to answer this. I'm going to tell y'all who I would give it to. Now, let me say something about this. I thought when Chief Hurricane sent that comment, I said, I'm going to do a video on this. But I said, I thought I'm going to think about it for a day. People, it came to me in 20 minutes. He just sent me the comment. I thought for 5 minutes. It just came to me. I didn't even have to think about it. It just came to me. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Let me tell you who I'm going to give it to. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that, listen, people, this is in the scenario. I'm not saying Serena's even greater than Federer, but I'm saying if they put me on the spot and say, choose one of them, Tennis Prophet. We know you have made 1,000 videos. You have made more videos about Federer than Serena. So we in your mind think Federer is greater than Serena. People, you know what? My gut tell me, just my gut, the tennis, y'all just curious to know, my gut is telling me that Serena is the greater player. Now you may say, well, you're saying your gut telling you. Can you reach down into your gut and get some type of rationale behind it, some reasoning? Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Usually when I say my gut, that means I can't really tell you why. I can actually tell you why. So this ain't even my gut. My intellect is also telling me this. This is interesting. I'm even shocking myself now. Because I always, you know what? Listen, man. I don't know. Do I know if Serena is really greater than Federer? So I'm saying if I was put on the spot, okay? So I got to choose, okay? She may not even be greater than Federer, but I got to choose. So I'm going to go with this scenario, okay? I'm choosing Serena for this reason. Now, the Dow fans, they're going to try to come back at me. You know why? I told the Dow fans that head-to-head is not important. It is important, but not important for determining the greatest male of all time, or determining whether Nadal is greater than Federer or Federer is greater than Nadal. I still stand by that now. So Nadal fans, before you comment now, I still stand by that. But I do think that head-to-head, it matters as far as your character in a way. Like you see Federer, he's beaten Nadal the last 4 or 5 times. Federer's character has changed. He's matured up. He's humbled down. Federer used to be airy back in the day. Now let me tell you why. But you said, okay, Magic Man, what does this got to do with your reasoning for saying Serena is possibly greater, a little greater than Federer? That if you had to give an award, that you would give it to Serena. This is why, people. Do y'all know when Federer, in his peak, and y'all know when Nadal was beating him on clay, usually just on clay, Federer sort of had this airy attitude like, okay, he's beat me on clay. My game looks better than his. I'm #1 in the world. Most people consider me to be greater than him. He got an ugly looking game. Federer sort of gave that aura off. I got a more beautiful game. I got a better repertoire than he has. Yeah, Nadal's beating your butt on clay though. And I don't really have to dig deep and get down with this Spaniard. This groundhog on clay. I don't have to get dirty. Okay, people. Now, let me say this here. I think if Serena was in that situation, I don't think with Serena's mentality, I don't think she would have let Nadal win 4 or 5 consecutive French Opens against her. That's why. I believe it's Serena. Now listen, Federer's mentality has changed now, but I'm saying back then, Federer is almost his arrogance kept him from beating Nadal on clay. I believe, and this is greatness now. So Nadal fans, I'm saying that head-to-head matters as far as character. Are you willing to change? I think I would, listen, it bothered me, people. I'm one of those kind of people, if I was like #1 like Federer back in the day, and Nadal beat me and I got trouble with this guy for whatever reason, I'm going to go get me the right coach. You ain't going to keep beating me on clay. Because Nadal kept Federer, people, from winning the Grand Slam. I believe this, people. I believe if Federer would have Serena's mind back then, he would have won the Grand Slam, people, like twice, like Rod Laver. That means all 4 in 1 year. Not overlapping in 1 year to another year. I'm saying all 4 majors. He would have won it maybe 2 or 3 times. I believe Serena, if she was Federer, if we would have put her into Federer's body, I believe Serena would have won the Grand Slam 2 or 3 times. That's it, Serena. And everybody knows Serena has that mentality. That's why if y'all put me, if I had to choose, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like Chief Hurricane. If I didn't have to give out the greatest, if I didn't have to choose who's greater between Serena and Federer, I would say I would be like Chief Hurricane. We can't compare this. This is apples and oranges. But if they told me you got to choose, I'm going to give it to Serena as the greater player. Okay, people, I know y'all was probably shocked to hear that. Maybe not. What do y'all think? Tennis preacher, tennis pastor, signing off. Have a good one, people.
Last one right here. Here we go. Can I dance? What?